You say she demonstrated her ability to be commander-in-chief, but did she not know about these people in Syria and Iraq? Why would she say that?
We do have people who are in harm's way every single day.
Okay, that was ABC's Martha Raddatz and the Democrat governor of Maryland, both calling out Kamala Harris's claim, the false claim that U.S. soldiers are not in combat zones at last week's debate. Let's bring in retired Lieutenant Colonel Bob Maginnis. The colonel served in the U.S. Army for 24 years. Colonel, it's a pleasure to have you on. So military vets and their families are really mad about this. Kamala's own White House lists many active combat areas where U.S. troops are deployed in combat zones like Ukraine and Syria. But Kamala's team is reportedly saying she meant an active war.
Well, we haven't had a declared war since World War II. So, and yet we've had, significant numbers of losses, 60, 70,000. Just earlier this year, Liz, on January the 28th, we had Iranian drones attacked Tower 22 in Jordan, killed 3 U.S. service members and 47 others were wounded. Now, that's one of 180 strikes in those countries over the last, almost year. Then we have, of course, a lot of sailors are in harm's way in the Red Sea against the Houthis. We have people all over the world that are drawing hostile fire and imminent danger pay. That's because they're being shot at or they're in danger of being shot at. So this is, I have no idea where she came from, but this administration has gotten us into a very, very tight spot around the world. And it's not just those areas that I talked about. I would argue that Ukraine was a failure of deterrence, in part because of the failure of Afghanistan withdrawal, but also we face a very serious problem in the South China Sea and especially with Taiwan. So there are a host of issues here. And Ms. Harris needs to learn these things if she thinks she can be commander-in-chief.
How do vets, when they hear this, how do they react, and their families, how do they feel?
Well, they feel betrayed. That's why people such as me, Liz, will not encourage our children to go and be recruited, join the armed forces.
Interesting. Colonel Maginnis, thank you so much for serving America and joining us tonight.